Hey guys, welcome back to another Galaxite video. Today I'm going to be answering a very common question that a lot of really good players, especially me, get asked a lot. And that is, Shell, how are you so good at Chronos? Quick disclaimer, being good at Chronos does not mean in any way being good at PvP. Because, I'm good at Chronos, I'm going to say that. But in the big scheme of things, I am not good at PvP whatsoever. So today I'm going to be explaining how, even if you're not the best PvPer, you can still be really good at Chronos and be on the all-time leaderboards if you wanted. I am not in any way a cracked PvPer. I literally only have like 5 CPS, which is half of what all the other leaderboard players and all the other sweats have, so basically, my first tip is get good at aiming and play smart. The big part of Chronos that not a lot of PvP sweats get is PvP is only half of it. You have to play really, really smart to get kills and to win the game. PvP sweats, they can get kills just fine, but once they find someone who can actually kill them, they start to lose because they don't know how to play properly and how to play smart. My first tip is if you find someone who is a lot better than you at PvP, they just absolutely destroy you and you know you can't fight them. Don't fight them. What a lot of confident PvPers do is once they find someone who is insanely cracked at the game and they die to them, they go and try to fight them again and again and again, and they end up losing because they keep losing their time and they keep losing to the person who is better than them. So if you run into someone who's better than you, don't fight them. Avoid them until the end game, especially if you don't have max armor, and if they have better stuff than you and they're really good at PvP and you're not going to win, just don't try and win. Don't fight them. Pick off the people who don't have armor, who aren't good at PvP. So then when you find them in the end game, you have more time and you have the resources needed to beat them. And that is honestly how I beat a lot of the better players who are a lot better than me, that are better than me at PvP. I just played smarter. I ran away from them pretty much the entire game, and I ended up beating them. And it's a sucky strat. The sweats are gonna hate me for saying that, but honestly, it works. It got me on the leaderboard. It works really well. Other than completely avoiding fights that you can't win, another good strat is getting a good landing spot and staying with it and being consistent. Once you have found your spot that you're really good at looting and you found all of the good chests, don't change spots. Land there every game and be confident that you will get good loot. I usually land in the place that everybody calls Park. As of now, I think it is the best spot for loot in terms of loot because it's consistent and it always has good loot. I use the armor perk, so that really kind of has a lot to do with where I land, because as soon as I find an orange chest, boom, I literally don't need any more armor for the rest of the game and I can go kill people. Another really great tip when it comes to PvP, if you're not good, if you don't have like high CPS like most people, if you're like me and if close combat really isn't your thing, use your bow. Get really, really good at using a bow and you can pretty much beat any PvP sweat. If you're really good at using a bow, the only way they can really kill you is by pearling. It's by using an ender pearl. So if you get really good at using your bow, if you're not good at using your bow, don't use your bow. If you're like not really confident in your skills with it, don't use it. Just kind of go in with your sword and hope for the best. What I do a lot is if I'm against someone like really insanely good who I know I will never beat in a sword fight, in melee combat, I try and get a few hits on them with my bow, and then I go in so they're at a disadvantage, so that they're at lower health than I am when I go in. So yeah, start them off with your bow, get their health down, and then go in with your melee. Another tip is perks. If you're gonna save up for a perk, save up for the armor perk. It is extremely overpowered. It basically fixes the RNG aspect of the game for you immediately, because armor is almost instantly, as soon as you see something orange, then you go for it and you loot it, and you don't need armor for the entire game. And that just gets rid of so much of the difficulty of the game, just instantly. So save up for that perk, and also the other defensive perks on the way aren't that terrible. Like, if you're saving up for the offensive perks, you're kind of doing it wrong. I'm gonna be honest, you're doing it wrong. You should be saving up for the defensive perks, because you have multiple choices of decent perks that you can use. Vampire, a lot of people have mixed opinions on it. I know some people who think it's absolutely terrible, but I honestly don't think it's that bad. There are definitely worse perks. There are definitely worse perks than it in all of the other categories, really. So honestly, it's not a good perk, but it's not a bad perk. It's a good perk to use, like, until you save up for the armor specialist perk. So yeah, that's my thought on perks. Another thing that people do people don't do that really kind of make me kind of confused on why is people don't use the time shop. Either that, and people buy things from the time shop. If you buy something from the time shop, don't buy things from the time shop unless you are like one tier 3 armor short of tier 5. That is the only time I ever buy something from the time shop. Don't do it. It's a scam. It's a waste of time, and time is money, and you lose money. Yeah, so don't buy. What you should do is you should sell a lot at the time shop. I do it every single game, at least 2 or 3 times. If I ever have extra tier 3 armor or extra swords or tier 3, tier 5 armor, just sell it all, get extra time. It's free money. It's free money. Just sell stuff. Don't buy stuff, because it's not stonks. Selling stuff is stonks. And yeah, anything you can do to get extra time is good in Chronos. So yeah, use the shop. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this video. So those are just my tips and tricks on how to win Chronos games and how to kind of get better without really getting better at PvP, since I'm not that good. I hope this video helped some of you, so have a good day, like, subscribe. We're almost at 320 subs, so yeah, make sure to subscribe. Bye.